What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today we are going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview on this system, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. So, let's not even waste any time. Let's just dive right into this. The Nintendo Switch 2 is the next generation handheld hybrid. It's scheduled to be released June 5th and will run you $450. Again, remember that this is only the scheduled release date. They already had to delay the April 9th pre-order date. And that's basically just here in the US. And why? Because of the totally ridiculous tariff war that is currently happening. And no, I'm not going to get political on a gaming channel. I'm simply pointing out the reason for the delay. So enough with that. It's crazy that the Switch 2 is just now coming. It's been over 8 years since its predecessor released. That just shows how successful the original Switch was, and honestly, still is. So let's go over the looks of the Switch 2. It actually looks the exact same as the original with a few cosmetic changes. It has a bigger display screen, a more sleek design, and the Joy-Cons attach magnetically. It will also allow you to play your original Switch games since it is backwards compatible. Very cool. The screen is 7.9 inches and has a 1080p display with 120Hz refresh and HDR compatibility. It also will support up to 4K output at 120 Hz. When the device is docked, the refresh rates will vary. As previously mentioned, the Joy-Cons magnetically attached and there is a button to release them. They have larger SL and SR buttons to hopefully make playing multiplayer games a bit more enjoyable. The analog sticks have also got a size increase. Now they are about the size of the ones that you would find on a PS5 or Xbox controller. If you have big hands like myself, this was definitely a sigh of relief. These Joy-Cons also have a redefined vibration function known as the HD Rumble 2. Another addition to the Joy-Con is the optical sensor, which allows you to use it as a mouse. There is also a brand new Pro controller for the Switch 2. This controller has remappable GL and GR buttons on the back. It also has a standard audio jack for your headset. It also has Amiibo support built in. The Pro controller will cost you $80, while an additional pair of Joy-Cons will cost you $90. I can't forget the new C button on the Switch 2 controllers. The C basically stands for chat. Hit that button and it's a dedicated way to enter a chat session with your friends. Nintendo also went a step further by building a Discord-like video sharing feature. This allows you to show your gameplay to others and lets you see other people's screens. And you can do this all while playing. The console itself does have a built-in mic, but headsets are also supported. If you feel like spending even more money, Nintendo also offers a camera you can buy for an additional $50. This camera plugs into a USB-C port on the top of the console. This allows you to stream your face along with your gameplay, if you're into that stuff. The Switch 2 also has some improved specs, notably the all-new processor and GPU and lots more storage than the original. The Switch 2 has 256 gigabytes of storage, compared to the 64 gigabytes on the original. Though that does seem like a huge increase, is it really going to matter? The games they are releasing are much bigger and will take up tons of space, so is 256 gigabytes really going to be enough? I guess we'll see. Nintendo also improved their networking. The Switch 2 supports Wi-Fi 6, which should help with download speeds. The new dock also has an Ethernet port, which theoretically should provide a solid and reliable connection. The battery life on the Switch 2 is said to last 2 to 6.5 hours when fully charged. This basically depends on the game you are playing and how it's being used. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the Switch 2 will run you about $450. However, you can also opt to buy the bundle package for $500. The bundle comes with the digital download of the new Mario Kart. That honestly is probably the better deal, considering the games are outrageously priced. The digital downloads will run around $80, while the physical carts will be $90. So overall, the product looks really cool, man. The Nintendo Switch 2 looks pretty badass. However, let's be honest about something. Nintendo really seems to hate their customers. You know, out of the big three, and the big three I'm talking about is Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. It just seems like Nintendo, by far, is the most greedy of the three. Now, I'm not saying that Sony and Microsoft aren't greedy. They are. But Nintendo takes the cake when it comes to greed. Holy shit, man. We all know that they're greedy, but we continue to support them. And I'm not calling out or singling out any Nintendo fan because I'm just as guilty. I'm a Nintendo fan and I realize how damn greedy they are. But yet, we all still go and support them. And by no means am I saying to stop supporting them. Nintendo makes some great products. They have so many good games. I mean, that library is just unbelievable. But this is what's going to happen with the prices on these games. $80 for a digital download, $90 for a physical cart. You know, that's just outrageous. To me, it is. I would think most people would think that's pretty outrageous. But what's going to happen is, because Nintendo is so powerful, you know, the other two, Sony and Microsoft, they're going to follow suit. They always follow suit. Nintendo is going to make it the norm to sell games at $80 or $90. Now, granted, Sony and Microsoft, they do have games that are $90, $100, but they're usually like special editions, which I don't pay for, but I'm talking about standard edition games. These games it's just going to be normal. You watch. Microsoft and Sony games are going to be $80 to $90 just normally instead of $60 or $70, which is already getting pretty damn high. So let me know what you guys think about these prices on the games. Me personally, I think it's pretty damn crazy. Now, I do plan on getting a Switch 2 at some point. Obviously, I can't pre-order it, and even if I could, I wouldn't pre-order it. I don't do pre-orders, man. Every time I do any pre-orders for anything, I get screwed somehow, so I just stopped doing pre-orders. Eventually, I will get a Switch 2. So let me know in the comment section if you plan on getting a Switch 2 and what you guys think of the price on the console and the carts. I would love to know. Just let me know in the comments section. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you are a content creator, don't forget to type in the word content in the comments section. That's all you have to do. Type in that word content in the comments section. We have something on this channel that I like to call the Game Freak Army. And what we do is, if we see that word content, we go to your channel and we will subscribe to you, because that's what we do. We want to help each other out, help each other's channels grow, help you to become successful on YouTube. You know, this isn't some popularity contest. No one's trying to be king of YouTube or anything like that. We just like to help each other out. So feel free to type in that word content in the comment section. And once again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. And until the next one, game on, everybody.